What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved. I have a bit to do before I actually get to the episode, but I just wanted to talk about what has happened on the server. So, the newest update pretty much ruined dinosaurs. I'm not sure if they've hotfixed it yet. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to ask my brother about that. But at one point in time, they made it so mountable dinosaurs were 85% weaker, making it so pretty much a T-Rex couldn't even take on a high-level ankylosaur. So that being said, we actually lowered the dinosaur damage, or not damage, but it's the difficulty was at 100%. We lowered it to 80%. So the dinosaurs are a little bit lower level, not too low level. They're probably about double what normal is. But the dinosaurs got really weak. I don't know if they patched it completely out of the game yet, or at some point they were saying like you should go into the files and edit the INI file if you don't like what they did to the dinosaurs. But I think it should be the other way around. Like if you didn't like how the dinosaurs used to work, then you should go into the INI file. Oh. Embarrassing, I just burped. Okay, but it just kind of, it's weird to me that they kind of ruined the dinosaurs a little bit there. So that's probably why you guys haven't seen too many entertaining episodes. Yesterday I did post that Mosasaurus stuff, or not Mosasaurus, I always say Mosasaurus. Giga, I'm just going to say Giga because I can't pronounce the whole fucking name. The whole Giga episode was actually not meant to be posted, in case you were wondering. It was meant to be us taking it down, it would be edited, us taming it, and us picking it up, and all that kind of stuff. But since the server got all wonky and weird, and they ruined the dinosaurs, the Giga ended up having to get tamed after we patched the server, and it actually made it easier to tame him. But it was kind of a pain in the ass, so I didn't show any of it, I didn't record any of it, but he is tamed, he's right here. I'm not sure if they've patched the whole dinosaur thing, but for a good chunk of, like, maybe 48 hours, the dinosaurs were weak as hell. You couldn't even take on an Ankylo with a T-Rex. It was really stupid, really dumb. I don't know why they did it. I guess I understand, like, you want to balance the tame dinosaurs because they are overpowered compared to most wild dinosaurs. But maybe you can just have another difficulty slider. Just have another difficulty slider that you can change, make it so instead of the max level being 120, make the max level like 300. But then I guess tame dinosaurs will be strong again. But I mean, you gotta make it a different way. You can't just make all the dinosaurs weak. That kind of sucks. So in this episode, I'm going to be starting Operation Dome. If you don't know what Operation Dome is, I've talked about it on stream a little bit. Essentially, it is going to be doming in our entire base. So I'm gonna build another one of Code's towers. You see this? This is what Code built. Also, if you want to see the Mosasaurus tame, you can go to either Demo, Storm, or Code's channel in the description down below if you're very curious on how it went. I was pretty much helping them, and then I kind of quit off, and then they tamed it because I didn't want to sit around. I don't know. I think Code recorded it. I don't think Ryan recorded it, but we have it. So, just saying, if you want to see us tame it, go to Code's channel. But I'm going to build another one of Code's towers. I'm going to say I'll probably build its exact same size, exact same layout. And I'll just build it a little bit more over here. We're not going to start from the bottom. We're going to start from the top down so that we don't fuck it up. And we're going to build another one of them. And then we're going to build and branch out from the walls with ceilings to eventually just put a roof over this entire circular area. There's going to be holes like in the edges and stuff for people to jump in, but then they're jumping into dinosaur messes. And we'll probably block them off with things like foundations and stuff like that. So I have a whole bunch of building supplies already crafted up and ready to go, but I'm going to end the episode here. I'm going to go to the back, well, not end it, but I'll be right back with all the building materials and such on my person. Got a whole bunch of eggs just chilling right here. Might as well grab these. I also have none of my tools on me because they weigh a shit ton, and I'm trying to carry as much building materials as I can. But I will see you guys in a wee bit. Alright guys, I'm back. I have the building supplies inside this bad boy right here. I'm probably going to put them on the Quetzal and then bring them up to the building location. I have a whole bunch of ceilings. I also want to do a couple guard towers out of the front of the gate. We had the issue with the, what was it? The Mesopithecus? Not the Mesopithecus. The Gigantopithecus, who broke in the front gate without issue. Obviously, he's going to have issues with the front gate. He'll probably do the walls this time around if he were to do it. But we're going to build some guard towers out here. Probably one here. We'll probably just use the foundation that's already here. And we'll put one over there as well. Actually, I might bring them off of the main wall so I could put generators inside the wall. Because they're going to have the auto turrets in them. I'm not going to be doing plants because plants are very easy to kill. So I'll probably be doing these just little guard towers, just little outlets. They're not going to be tall. They're just going to be basic. Something to put out here to guard the front. This guy still has a shit ton of stuff on him. So let's go ahead and just grab what we need. I'm going to do the guard towers first because that's kind of more important and it's kind of a small job, easy to do. Building is completely necessary. On top of that, I also forgot to mention another thing that the update brought was a really, really weird bug. So the weird bug persisted to merge us and Aggro's tribe. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it happened, but the update caused our tribes to merge. So now we have a 10-person tribe, which is kind of suckish. The way we're going to combat that, because we did have a rule not to have tribes more than 5, we're not going to raid with more than 5 people from our tribe. So it's not going to change anything at all. It's not going to be an unfair advantage. It's not going to be anything like that. But it is something that happened, and there's no way to unmerge tribes and give the stuff back to us, if that makes sense. So they were in control of our base. They were in control of our dinosaurs, so we had to join their tribe. We could technically unclaim all of our dinosaurs and reclaim them under our own tribe, but then the buildings will still be under Aggro's tribe, and we wouldn't be able to have access to them without punching in pin codes every single time. Pin codes would have to be taken out of the videos, and it would be really, really, really annoying. So, that being said, we're not going to attack with more than 5 people at a time when we do base raids on Purge Day to help with that kind of disadvantage of all being in the same tribe together. On top of that, we are in the talks of, within probably the next month or so, either launching another ARC server in order to... I think I'm pretty much just going to delete this whole thing. Because it's just in the way. Plus, I really could care less about the amount of stone and stuff. Stone and stuff is way too easy to gather now. There we go. Either launching another ARC server or wiping this server and making it a modded ARC server on the new map Valhalla. The new map Valhalla is really well developed. It is lower frames, I would say, but it's still really freaking awesome. I'm kind of sick of this map. I know it, and I know where to build, and I know the best spots to build, and I know all this stuff. But I'd rather relearn a new map and enjoy myself while doing it. So there is a chance that we will either be wiping the server and doing the Valhalla map. It really comes down to my hosting provider to see if they will provide me with another server. And I feel bad, 1, 2, 3, with wiping the server. And I also feel bad about asking for another server because they do provide these servers to me for free. And it kind of feels like I'm like, hey, since it's free, can I have another one? Like, it's kind of like... It's kind of like you're a homeless person and somebody gives you $1 and then you beg for another $1. It kind of doesn't make sense for you to do that. So, again, I kind of hate to do something like that. But we're going to have to see what the options are. I want to do Valhalla. I want to do Primitive Mod, which does fire arrows and a whole bunch of other cool stuff like that. We're not sure if we're doing Primitive Mod. Apparently, it's kind of laggy and it has some issues. But I don't see any, literally any, modded survivals out there. There's a few single-player modded survivals, but those are kind of boring and basic. I don't see any PvP modded survivals on YouTube. And that just brings it even more appeal for me to want to actually make videos on it because it's original content. I hate being unoriginal on YouTube. I've never been one that likes to be unoriginal. I mean, I have unoriginal series, obviously. You guys know that. But I like to try to do my own spin on things if I can. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the first people to actually do a PvP series. Not probably one of the first. I'm saying not on an official server, like a private PvP kind of organized, relatively organized server where not everybody's attacking each other all the time. I'm surprised people have followed the rules thus far. We've had a few little hiccups here and there where people join the server that are new and don't know the rules and they cause some issues, but we generally can explain it to them pretty quickly. We've had to like reimburse people with items before due to bugs and all that kind of stuff. And that's the great part about having a community server is that most of the time there are people talking in the chat. There is nobody right now. And there's only 3 or 4 people online right now. It's a little earlier in the day. Not everybody's out of work and stuff. That's all I really wanted to do right here. You put the generator behind the wall and then you have the turrets on top of that. So we have turrets up and bottom. So nobody should be able to get to the front gate once I build those turrets. But that's going to take a really long time. So now we're going to begin Operation Dome, which is going to lead us to need all of the ceilings which I think we have. I think we have all the ceilings that I crafted. I didn't really go overboard for this time around. Usually I go overboard on some of the building materials, but this time around I didn't go too overboard. I just did what I could in the quickest times notice. Let's go ahead and... No, actually, I want to fly to the other side of this. And I want to line it up to the best of my ability with my eyeballs. I believe you'd want the ceilings right here. Let's get back on the bird. I believe this is pretty much what you want. Yep, that's pretty much equal. And then we're going to see pretty much how far out we can build this. Until it tells us that we need to stop. And then where it needs to stop is where I'm going to begin building down to make the tower. Requires a nearby foundation for support. I think... honestly, the best idea, I'm going to have to probably delete a lot of the primary wall, and I'm going to have to bring it up to height with this, but that's not really an issue. All the wood and the stone that I would delete would pretty much just come right back and be awesome. But I think that's as far as we can go. I probably should just pillar down. If I pillar down, I'll be able to bring out these more, making it so that this is a lot better. And I think that's probably what I'm going to have to do, but I don't have any pillars on me right now, so I'm going to use the remainder of these ceilings. The reason why you see these kind of stacked on top of each other, by the way, is because he wanted it to be flush with land without having this weird gap, so it's kind of why he did this weird stepping motion kind of thing, which is all right with me. These fences are pretty cool too. I like those. So what I'm going to do, I believe, is we want these. Oh, almost jumped off. This is kind of like the perfect height, in my opinion, and that will probably continue all the way down. So that's kind of an issue. But I guess the roof is not going to be flush. I don't think it's possible to make the roof flush at all. Requires nearby foundation for support. So it's going to be a lot of pillars and a lot of other things like that. I'm going to go craft one ceiling up. Oh, this is the beginning of Operation Dome. This is probably going to be an incompleted project or a completed project soon enough. It's going to take me a while. I'll probably make progress in between episodes. I just want to kind of explain to you guys what I was doing. A lot of it will probably be done in between. It's going to be a lot of pillars down to the ground. And one complaint that everybody from the tribe was like, yo, but what are we going to do about the dinosaurs and stuff in the dinosaur garage? I mean, we can still have a dinosaur garage. It'll just be under a roof now. That's pretty much it. It's tall enough that behemoth gates can get underneath it. So that's pretty awesome. And again, these towers are going to be crazy high up in the air, and they're going to have elevators in them. So if you need to get dinosaurs out through the top safely, then they're going to have elevators in here, and that's why this is so open and that there's a broken foundation at the bottom. So once we're pretty much completed here, we're going to do pretty much what Code did and have these floating ceilings on the parts that don't really work. He's pretty good at that. I don't know if he has extra ceilings or something in here. He's got a lot of extra stones. I'm going to throw my extras in there too, and he'll craft those up. All right. And we'll just use our last 10 ceilings, and then we'll call it a day. But I'm seriously looking forward to possibly doing a modded PvP. That should be pretty fun, especially with the primitive mod. The primitive mod is actually the mod that won. Every time you launched Ark, you saw that Alienware win $10,000 modding competition thing. You guys are always curious about that. And the primitive mod is actually the one, I believe, that won or got runner-up. I'm not completely sure. But that's really cool. So that mod is really well developed and shouldn't be too bad. It's like fire arrows and sword fights and shields. So it's going to be less C4 and guns and shit. And it's going to be more I'm shooting at your bird with fire arrows and you're like burning down wood buildings. I don't think that actually happens, but it should be pretty freaking cool. But thank you guys for stopping by today's episode. It's probably a little bit shorter than y'all expected. I don't know why I just said y'all. I'm not from the South. But that's pretty much all I have for materials. And that's really all I can do. I have a few things left over, like these wooden window frames. And some electronics. I actually got some storage bins. Storage bins. That I might actually bring up there for materials. I'm going to start storing the ladders, or it'd actually be easier to craft all the stuff up here. I didn't know he had these storage bins up here. So I'm actually going to move these up here as well. Put one right there. Put one right there. And we'll just fill those up with rocks, pretty much. I'm going to bring the Ankleo up here as well. Come, Mr. Ankleo, show me the banana. Is he inside? Where's Blue Ball? I had Blue Ball just a minute ago. There he is. Come on. Come on. There you go, buddy. And then we just... Oop. We bring Blue Ball. Oh, fuck. Try and turn him around without hitting anything. There we go. I got him. We're just going to bring him up here. Start gathering some stone. Pretty much that's what I do is I grab Blue Ball. It's going to be a lot easier with having him up here, actually. I'll show you guys how much stone he gets. He's pretty damn good at what he does. That's for sure. I remember putting these on him. I don't know. Those are actually my tools. Go ahead and roll over here. Come on. And then we just hop off of them. Pretty much one hits every rock now. 2 little swings, 78 stones. And if I need be, I'm starting to kind of run out of stones over here. I kind of broke all the small ones down by the water. The small ones down by the water are the best ones, in my opinion. Alright, that's good for you, buddy. And then we just roll on back up here. And like I said, since we have the Quetzal, we can bring him across the water real easy. We don't really have to wait for the island to replenish like we used to. A little bit of this. Usually I roll them inside to the one behind the base that you guys always see me grab stuff from. And now we just throw all this in here. Coda originally built this tower, so I'm going to copy him a little bit on the next one. And by a little bit, I mean I'm going to do the exact same thing, just somewhere else. And that's pretty much how it works. I'm going to bring Blue Ball back downstairs, though, because I'm actually going to go do something for a little bit before I go gather for, like, hours. I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of pillars, do a whole bunch of everything. And I like how Code did the pillars. I'm proud of Code. He did very well. Usually they build really ugly, but I think that's because generally my brother is in charge. But I think this time around, Code did a very good job at building the tower. I do like how he did the stone foundations and then the wood ones going up, which makes sense. We have the mammoth, so wood's really easy and stone's a little bit harder. So I like how that looks. I'll probably do that pillar method. Even though the pillars are weaker, pillars will, even if you break the pillars underneath ceilings that are unsupported, they generally will be supported by other ceilings. So breaking pillars really doesn't do much. But thank you guys for stopping by today's episode. I appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one. Again, the Giga was tamed. I just didn't record any of it because I wasn't on at the time. But it didn't take too long. Go check out Code's channel. I believe he just posted the Giga Tame. And I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.